And my favorite spot in the house is this. Let me start with the clock. I got this from Nakumat, like 2 years ago. These are stickers. You can actually peel this off, since my living room theme has a touch of brown. I didn't peel them off. So what you do, they come with their own sticker, but you need like super glue to make them really firm, because with time, if you use their glue, it comes off. So I got this from Nakumat. Then right here, let me start off with the stool. I got it from Victoria Court. It was on sale about a year ago. It was going for 5,000 Kenya shillings. And then this right here is my own invention. I'm always coming up with inventions. This was my glass. This is the glass. I was washing utensils and for some reason it broke, and I felt it broke in a very artistic way. And so I kept it in the house, and I did not know what to do about it, but I was like, when an idea comes up, I'll use it. And finally the idea came. These gold clips you see are what women use to pin them on their braids or Abuja cornrows. So I've always had this. I normally get them from, if you're from Nairobi and you're a lady, you should know Dubois Street. Is it Dubois or Dubois? Yes, one of those. They normally come in a pack at 50 shillings. So I've always had them. This is nail polish, gold nail polish. So I tried to paint it in an artistic way, and then I placed all these gold pins inside there just to make it more gold. And then this other part that broke as well, I did the same thing. And then inside, these are earrings. These were my earrings, where the part that normally goes through the ear hole, when they break, I normally don't throw them. I'm really obsessed with gold. I'm a huge fan of any ornament that is in gold, so I didn't throw them. So I just placed them there just to bring something. Like it's nothing. It's just to place them there just because they're gold. And then these leaves come from a flower stem, an artificial flower stem I bought at Victoria Court. So I plucked like a few of this, and then, like I said, I love using nail polish to paint things that usually don't come in colors I want. So this is the usual gold nail polish, and then it's glittery. I got these glitters also from Dubois Street. You should know Dubois Street by the end of this vlog. Yes. And then sprinkled some of it, and then finished it with what is it called, colorless nail polish, just to make sure the glitters don't fall off. That's the same thing I did for these candles. These candles actually are 4. I just joined them together for them to bring one thick long candle. And then these candles were from a friend. Originally they were orange in color, and since I wanted gold, I did the usual, used gold nail polish and sprinkled some gold glitters. This ribbon I got it from what is it called, Dubois Street as well. One roll goes for I think around 50 bob or 30 bob, and then I tied them in a bow tie. This vest right here, I just got it from House of Leather and joined them all together to bring out that look. This fur mat, I got it from a friend. She had tons of this. She had extra of this, so she gave me one and joined that together. And this is what I have as my centerpiece, my table centerpiece. I got these bowls from at Naivas. They go for around 250 shillings or 300. This mirror slab, I got it from what is it called, Mr. Price. They were going for 150 each. Actually, they were on offer. Originally they're 300 for one piece, so I got 2 of this. And then these mirror slabs, this is not a vase, this is something I just made myself. These mirror slabs, I was just walking in town and saw a hawker selling them at 20 bob each, so I bought 5 of them, not knowing what to do as usual. And then one day an idea just came in and I joined them all together with super glue. And you have to be super careful when doing it, because trust me, you can catch yourself. So yes, so I had an extra one and decided let me just place it underneath, because I couldn't cut it to fit this size. So I say let me just place it beneath. And then the flowers, I got them from Victoria Court, and just actually I want to get better flowers because these ones look really old. So I just placed them there, but I'm going to change them soon. And yes, and for the pebbles, I normally get my pebbles actually from House of Leather. They have the best pebbles and very affordable at the same time. I think a bunch goes for a pack goes for 150 shillings, and they were different colors. Actually, this is the same pack with the orange pebbles. I have some green ones, I have some blue ones. There were quite many, and they were going for I think around 150 shillings or 200. Then right here, this is my second favorite spot. Let me start off with this wall art up here. So I got these cowrie shells from my dad. They were white in color originally, and I'm sure you can guess what I just did to them. Yeah, so you know, I grew up in Mombasa, and I think any home you walk into in Mombasa, you wouldn't miss to see some cowrie shells at the corner of the house. So my dad had this stored in the house, and you know, I picked them. And then what I did was, since my house theme is a touch of orange, I know they look red here, but it's orange. So what I did, I bought orange nail polish, painted all this. What's underneath is a piece of paper from a notebook. So what I did, I applied office glue, just normal office glue, when the cowrie shells were still white. So I and then left them overnight. And of course you have to get the right measurement as well, because I had to make sure all the cowrie shells fit in the size of the notebook. Like for this one, I had to make it, I ran out of the cowrie shells, so I had to make this one a bit slender, but you know, in a way that it looks artistic at the same time. So yes, I left them overnight. Once they dried out, I applied the nail polish. And then these frames here, I cut them off from I think a carton box, an old carton box. So I took the right measurements and gave them that frame. And then these buttons here were in some old outfit that I wasn't wearing. So I said, because at first I didn't have this frame and these buttons, it was all plain, but it was looking really off. So you know, with decor, there are times you can do something and it doesn't really pop. And then with time, as days go by, you get more ideas. So yes, I came up with this frame. And then this is nail polish I use as well, nude and a brown one, because the color theme of my living room is nude, which is beige, chocolate brown, and a touch of orange and gold ornaments. Yes. And that's how I created that custom made. You can never get this in any supermarket or in decor or in any decor. And this is what we have down here. I got this idea from weddings and baby showers, the area where they keep the gifts, and some weddings or baby showers, they normally arrange them in a very, pretty, classy way. So that's where I got this idea from. I got that gold vase, like a bucket or a tiny bucket or a vase, from Dubois Street. And then this plant, I got it from House of Leather. And then these boxes are just, the usual boxes that I normally have in the house, just empty ones. And bought gold wrapping paper from House of Leather and wrapped it up to bring out that look. That those scented sticks, I got them from, I can't remember the name of that store, but it was at the Junction. It sells, those very nice, good smelling candles and fragrances. Yes. And then right inside here, to support this plant, I placed these white stones. Oh, they're so dusty. I got them at House of Leather. Then for this is my belt come neck piece. It plays 2 roles, and I think the 3rd role now, it's playing the role of decor. So whenever I want to wear it, I use it and then I return it back here, and then I normally hold it. It's normally held here by some tape. Yes, and that's it. Then right here we have these cocktail mats. You place this underneath the glass. So instead of me using them for that purpose, I decided to create this on the wall because I'm obsessed with gold. I actually bought them because the fact that they're gold. So a pack goes for 125 shillings. You can get this at Choppy's supermarket or Soak supermarket, the one that's at Next Gen, and you can create this. A pack comes with 50 of these, and I decided to create something artistic on the wall, and I came up with that. I have the same thing around this side, but these ones are in circular, but I don't really like how they come about. This is what I normally have just above the TV stand. So I am not really a fan of how this came about, so I saw something different. So I'm about to change this anytime soon. Once I do, I'll let you know. So this is the circular version of them. So I got this gold centerpiece at Tiles and Carpet on Mombasa Road. It was on offer. It was going for around 500 bob or 400 bob there. And then these gold petals, I got them at House of Leather. They were going for like, I think 50 bob a pack. So I sprinkled them here, and then I just added this star-shaped gold glittery thingies at House of Leather as well. A pack was going for, I think, 200 for the 4 of those. And so I decided to place them there to give them that gold spark. This box right here is where I normally store my mats. A friend of mine had bought some shoes, so I told her not to throw away the box. So this is where I store the mats, and a few of the, this is how those cocktail mats look originally. So this is where I store my mats. And yeah, so if you have any bougie shoebox, don't throw it away. It can play that role or any other role of your preference. Right here for the glass vase, I got that at Tiles and Carpet as well. It was on offer. It was going for around 650 shillings. And the pebbles, like I've said earlier, I get my pebbles mostly at House of Leather and place that inside. And yes,